Good evening, I'm John McInerney with Channel 4 Eyewitness News. Tonight we have a special on social networks. We will be covering some of the most popular social media websites, along with how they work, why they're useful, and who uses them. Now we're going live to Josh Florence with our first tutorial of the websites we are showing.
Good evening, John. I'm reporter Josh Florence showing off some of the ways social networking is used by the public. Social media plays a large role in everyday life for most people. From social media to MMORPGs, there are many ways to connect to everyone around the world. These ways of connecting are more popular because instead of having to wait for the news to be published or to having to call someone on a landline, you now have immediate connection to information from many different sources. These are just some of the websites out there where you can connect to society. Facebook, Reddit, YouTube, Twitter, LinkedIn, and MMORPGs such as League of Legends or Google+. Each has its own specific niche that is specific to the different ways that we connect. Each platform can be social, as well as used for collaborative working, gaming and competitive playing, and file sharing.
In a society where social media is becoming more prevalent, there's one site that stands above the rest: Facebook. If all social media sites were a type of horse, Facebook would be the Kentucky Derby champion stallion that has eclipsed all the rest. Facebook is the largest, most well-known social networking website. In fact, 40% of the US population use Facebook every day.
Here's what a Facebook newsfeed looks like. As you can see, it allows the user to post pictures, videos, and status updates that allow their friends to see what they post. Also, you can keep your contact information posted so old friends could see where you have been and currently are. Facebook, being the largest social media website, is constantly allowing users to post information to their friends, family, and strangers. Facebook has increased so much in notoriety lately that even the older generation that is so resistant to new technologies are getting in on the act. Organizations such as the AARP have noticed how Facebook allows those who are older to keep in contact with their families. In an article published on January 1st, 2012, author Vanessa Ho discussed one Hal Moser, who uses the program to keep in touch with family now that there is a distance separating them. Facebook allows families to see what's going on in each other's life, regardless of distance. This friendly way of staying in touch and communicating makes the website very popular among older users, while the ability to capture and save moments such as concerts, parties, or just hanging around with your friends is popular among the younger users. Facebook is not without its drawbacks, however. Cases of cyberbullying have appeared up around the globe, and people are using Facebook as a tool to strike at others in a way that leaves them defenseless. A girl in Utah named Chelsea was recently targeted by classmates and ridiculed for her hairstyle. A minor thing to most people. However, her torment was relentless and all-encompassing when she became the subject of a meme. Everyone in her area now knew her because someone had taken a Facebook picture of her and had photoshopped it with some unkind words. It transformed what had normally been a minor case of bullying into something of a much greater scale, with people ridiculing her at every turn.
Thank you, Josh, for that exciting Facebook tutorial. Next on our list is an explanation of the Twitterverse by none other than Mr. Excitement, Josh Florence. Back to you, Josh.
Thank you ever so much, John. Twitter is mainly a cell phone app used primarily for real-time communication. Users can be followed but don't have to follow back. Founding in 2006, Twitter is one of the most visited websites in the world, averaging about 500 million users in 2012. This popular company recently opened up to be publicly traded in the stock market, furthering its dominance as a globally known company. On this website, which is also used through phone applications, you can create a profile and share information in 140 characters. These short messages, called tweets, allow for marketing, news, and all sorts of information to be broadcast at faster rates of time than ever before. Here, you can see how this user has his own picture and a list of previous tweets he sent out in the past for his followers to view. This constant stream of information shows up to the user's customized news feed and allows for information expressway straight to the user's fingertips. This popular company proved how important it was when media sites such as ESPN and MSNBC created its own accounts and used the application for interaction with its dedicated followers. This is what a Twitter feed looks like. This allows the user to get up-to-date postings of what they want to see at a real-life place. This website is a great tool for getting messages out there so you can connect or network much faster than many others.
Thanks for that, Josh. Next up is the more professionally oriented LinkedIn. This special website allows connection between employers and employees and can prove to be helpful for someone trying to find a job.
This is LinkedIn. It's basically a virtual job fair. Business owners can post a job or advertise. People looking for jobs can search for them. You can put in any job title, keyword, or company name and see if anything comes up. It's also used for networking, so if you make a connection with anybody, you can add them on LinkedIn, and it's more professional than Facebook. It also has a newsfeed, kind of like Facebook, and it also suggests people who you may know. This is a more popular way to find new jobs and new opportunities. You can also like groups and companies that show up in your feed, in your LinkedIn feed. LinkedIn is free, but you can upgrade to a premium version to unlock more features. Whether it be for a business, for recruiting, for seeking a job, or for a sales professional. All of these add a little bit of extra perks that you wouldn't get normally for the free version.
Thank you for that final tutorial, Josh. Next up on our program is the hardware, or the wizard behind the curtain, server farms. Back out to you, Josh.
What comes to mind when you hear the words server farm? Maybe you think of some guy planting a phone in the ground and growing a whole computer.
You're an idiot.
This is a picture of the server farm inside a data center for Facebook. A server farm is a collection of computer servers usually maintained by an enterprise to accomplish server needs far beyond the capability of one machine. Server farms often consist of thousands of computers which require a large amount of power to run and keep cool. At the optimum performance level, a server farm has enormous costs associated with it, both financially and environmentally. Server farms often have backup servers which can take over the function of primary servers in the event of a primary server failure. Server farms are typically collocated with the network switches and or routers which enable communication between the different parts of the cluster and the users of the cluster. The computers, routers, power supplies, and related electronics are typically mounted on 19-inch racks in a server room or data center, much like these.
And thank you for joining us at Channel 4 News. I hope all of you had as much fun listening to Josh as I had. I'm out of here. Peace. Someone gonna drive me home? You need to drive me home. No, I'm